joined by Dan Hernandez, as we are every Tuesday. Dan is with us. We have Dan? Yeah, there's Dan Hernandez.
Hey, Dan, what's happening? Dan's the CFP and president of Milestone Wealth Management. Record highs, Dan. I'm shocked because I don't like the way we're going, but the market's still ripping along.
Yeah, it's certainly helped by stimulus. That this infrastructure package, we'll see. Generally, I think we're in this transition. John, from quote unquote pandemic stocks to recovery stocks, and that's really where my focus is. So in that pandemic stock category is obviously a lot of the tech stuff, also and a lot of the companies that benefited from the shutdown. Peloton being one. I know that's a popular stock, but I think we're going to transition away from those to more conventional, recovery stocks, and they can include some infrastructure stuff. Certainly banks, a lot of the materials, U.S. Steel. I think those are the stocks that we're going to focus on going forward.
Why do you see? I see lately. I always over the years kind of like look at the Dow, Nasdaq, S&P, and there seems to me to always be some similar correlation in there, that they're all usually up or down. Maybe like Boeing or an airline or something that's overweighted and the Dow is up big, it disconnects them. Why would you see the market flat today and the Dow and the Nasdaq up nicely, 70 points?
Well, I think the correlation among those indexes is starting to go away, and don't forget the Nasdaq is a market weighted index, so you have a real disproportionate number of companies drive the Nasdaq as opposed to the S&P 500, which is going to be a more balanced index. So yeah, and what we've seen, especially the last month, is it's actually been more rare than not that they're moving in opposite directions. But I think that's the reason.
Got it. Hey,
I think that's
Danny, a lot of stuff going on
right here, active in the middle of the day. What are the big moves you're seeing out there today?
Well, I know
Tesla, AMC, Schwab. Some of these names are I hate the meme names, the AMCs and the GameStops, but Tesla.
No,
Tesla will benefit huge, I think, from the infrastructure bill.
Yeah, and Tesla, Tesla is one of these companies that certainly the infrastructure bill is providing for a lot of charging stations, which is what's really driving Tesla. AMC, look, we've talked about it before. I don't even want to give AMC any real airtime, but Tesla, I think going forward is going to be obviously an interesting company. This bill has given charging stations a lot of money towards the building of electrical charging stations, which has always been a reason for people not to buy cars. They're like, well, there's not enough charging stations where I live. I don't, and that's always been kind of a drawback, and they're trying to address that. Having said that, go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say Tesla is one of these companies that, again, they're the first of its type with the electrical cars, and we're going to start seeing more and more competition there that they haven't had to deal with in the past. And you're going to start seeing some of the bigger automakers jump in, and it's going to be interesting to see how Tesla holds up as competition increases. Because so far, they're by far the leader, and that's what has been a very small market. They have the majority of it. So we'll see how they do once competition steps up. But right now, the commitment to build more charging stations is certainly helping.
Yeah, it looks good for them. I think they were. I think I was reading something recently that Tesla needs 200 years to become profitable or something like that. So you're really kind of buying the dream there. But what about Peloton? Every person I know is talking about Peloton. Is this a millionaire maker stock or just a fad?
I don't believe so. I think they benefited again. I'm talking about Tesla being a leader in their field. Peloton was one of the first of its type, and as they were just starting to catch traction, and boom, the shutdown comes, and it was gold for them. I mean, their stock quadrupled during the shutdown, and now it's pulled back. I think it peaked at around 162, and it's currently back down to 110 ish. So I think. Look, they're again going to start having more competition. More companies of their type. There's, as far as home gyms, you now have the mirror where people can interact with a trainer via the mirror, and there's going to be more and more of them. So no, I think Peloton. I'm not going to say it's run its course. I think it's a very viable company, but as far as keeping this pace up anywhere near it. I'm gonna say no. I'm not jumping on that.
Got it. Well, I'll tell you, I know a lot of my friends who were jumping on their Peloton bike to find the hot girls who were running the class. So men are seemingly drawn to the Peloton to find the girls that are running the hot girls that are running the spin class on there.
Oh yeah, no. Look, it's a great product. And during the pandemic, shoot, they were backed up. You couldn't order one. If you ordered one, you were waiting 4 months to get it. So they certainly benefited. But like everything else, they're going to have more competition, and the pandemic and the shutdown was tailor made for them.
As Warner Wolf used to say, if you were long Peloton and Netflix pre-pandemic, you won. Because that would have been some bad trade.
Yeah, and I'm more inclined to take that profit. At this point, you especially if you got in it, pre-pandemic, we're talking about $30-$35. If you rode that up to 120, 130, 140, yeah, I'd be inclined to kind of take that.
An old stockbroker mentor of mine said to me one time, JT, remember this, you can never go broke taking a profit. So, you got to wipe them off sometimes and go next. But we go next every week to Dan Hernandez in the first hour. He's the president of Milestone Financial and Milestone Wealth Management. One of the best in the business. Dan, thanks so much for joining us as you do every Tuesday. I'll talk to you soon, brother.
John, thanks. Have a good day.
All right. We'll take a quick break here. We'll come back after this. We'll talk about the board.